Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 23rd edition of the Sploro Cascade Funding webinar series. As some of you may know already, I'm Paula, Communications Lead at Sploro, and it's a pleasure to be your host for today's session once again. I'm very thrilled to have you with us on this very special one, as we'll be touching and exploring the intersection of urban innovation, circular economy, and also creative technology. So whether you're working with urban technology or digital manufacturing, sustainability, or creative technologies and industries, this session is definitely for you. So in today's session, we're going to spotlight two current open calls that provide funding, equity-free funding, to change makers like you. We'll be having, as you're seeing on the screen, two amazing projects. First off being YouRban, with the Urban Factories Open Call, and well, last but not least, there's LAUDS and the Replication Open Call too. Both programs support cross-disciplinary collaboration and innovation in urban ecosystems, bringing together designers, technologists, and local communities to reshape how cities are made and well, experienced. We have YouRban with Urban Factories Open Call. This is the first project that you'll be seeing today. It's going to be presented by Tamara Koenig, Communications and International Affairs at Design Austria. But YouRban, this is a European project exploring recycled polymers for sustainable urban design, aligned with the new European Bauhaus and Green Deal. The Open Call funds FabLabs to become urban factories hosting residencies to co-create circular economy prototypes. So whenever you're ready, Tamara, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much for joining in. Paola already mentioned YouRban is an initiative aligned with New European Bauhaus and Green Deal. It's bringing together partners from Italy, Spain, Austria, and Lithuania. In this project, that is not the first project of its kind, but part of a series of projects. I cannot see the screen now, but in the meantime, you can go on the website. It's YouRban -europe.eu. There you have direct access to the open calls with all information materials. We have recorded about 40 minutes webinar for you that goes into depth and explains in detail the differences between Milan and Barcelona. So my presentation here is giving you a glimpse of what is going on until the 30th of July, which is the submission deadline. And I jump in to right because it's basically explaining what the key element of YouRban is. It is YouRban about an urban ecosystem that promotes the recycling and upcycling of reinforced polymers. They're also known as fiber reinforced plastics. This is the key material for YouRban. And next slide, please. What are fiber reinforced plastics, or FRPs? They have become an essential part of our daily lives. You will find them in everything from electronics and sports gear to medical devices, cars, buildings, wind turbines, airplanes, boats. It's all because of their lightweight characteristics and really superior resistance to corrosion compared to metal. The next slide, please. It's called YouRban Demand Driven. There is a problem. It's despite the durability, they are not currently recycled at scale. So most of them land up in landfills or incinerated if disposable is even possible. And this is where YouRban steps in. As I mentioned, YouRban is not the first project tackling this. YouRban is a part of a, so to say, growing movement of EU-funded projects dedicated to find circular solutions for reinforced polymers. And therefore, YouRban follows two key principles. One is the cross-sectorial approach. This is to explore how materials from one sector can be repurposed for another. For example, decommissioned old wind turbine blades are being reused in the automotive sector for electric vehicles, for example. And the second one is the so-called demand-driven specification compliant circular economy model. Now, what's that? Instead of asking, here is some recycled plastic, who wants it, we flip the process and ask what kind of materials are needed in terms of strength, color, recyclability, and can we recover that from existing polymer waste? So it's the next slide, please. That's again called Motivation for the YouRban project. Design plays a crucial role here. It's the functionality, beauty, social inclusion, everything that's part of good design. It's products for the urban environment like public furniture, installations, small architectural structures are an ideal field of application for reprocessing polymers. And the next slide, please, that gives you a little exhibition views of created designer objects that have been showcased at Milan Design Week in 2021 and this year, actually. Next slide, please. So what makes YouRban unique is its strong involvement of designers, artists, architects, small-scale producers, and urban factories. It's their creative input essential for turning technical materials into socially and environmentally meaningful urban experiences. And to support this, we introduced for YouRban a mobile recycling station on a truck, equipped with 2 containers. Next slide, please, which is called YouRban Mobile Plant. Here's the preview of the containers in the center, surrounded by spaces for workshops. One is for remanufacturing, where fiber-reinforced polymers are cut, reshaped, and restructured. And the other one is for reprocessing, which combines techniques like compounding and compressing to mix recycled materials with virgin ones to create usable semi-finished materials and components. This mobile station will be on site for 10 days in each of the 2 cities, Milano at the end of September and Barcelona at the end of April next year. Next slide, please. That's another rendering of the YouRban mobile plant. The stops feature an exciting public event program. I've seen the draft so far. It includes workshops, seminars, exhibitions, live music, theater. It has an entertainment factor. This is not only to raise awareness among citizens, but also to spark business interest by showcasing the economic potential of polymer reprocessing in a sensual way, in a most attractive way. We really want to open up a real market for recycled composites with this bunch of projects, and your role as designers and artists is central to this. So selected participants in the open call will receive a funding, but also expert support to develop their concepts. And next slide, please. This is about the open calls in more detail. YouRban Pilot 1 for Milano. If you're interested in Milan, you will begin with experimenting with the materials right away and receive guidance from technical experts straight from the beginning. It starts with the 10 days event to raise attention and awareness, and then you start off for 8 months to work on realizing your concepts. There are challenges, so the tasks are given, and the challenges tackle challenges, to name a few: eco-friendly transport, revitalizing neglected public spaces, renaturalization of dense urban areas, and so forth. Please see everything more detailed on the website in the open calls. And if you're interested in Barcelona, you work with an urban lab setup and present your prototype at the end of this 8-month process. So both begin at the end of September and last 8 months. But the showcase for Barcelona is at the end of April, including an exhibition at Barcelona Design Museum. So next slide, please. That's the funding overview for both of the pilots. So there is a budget of in total 280,000 euro, which is divided into, well, 8 projects selected for Milano and 8 for Barcelona. So it's 17,500 euro per project for the duration of 8 months from September, as I said, until April. The deadline for submission is Wednesday, next Wednesday, actually, the 30th of July at 5 o'clock. We offer mentorship throughout for all the submissions, but afterwards the mentorship for YouRban and the materials, and we have design experts who support you. And you have access to the Carto digital creation platform, which is a necessary tool as well as for the submission, as well as later on to co-create and to get in contact if there are any questions. You're working closely in collaboration with urban factories. So we are well aware that the material might be new for some of you, and we give you all support that we think you will need. Since the question came up about the presence, a mandatory presence, no, there is not. You don't need to stay for 8 months in Milan or Barcelona, but there are 3 mandatory events where you should be there. That's, well, at the beginning, at the midterm, and it's at the grand finale. The dates of those will be arranged with all of you, and it will be arranged together with selected participants that it suits you. So, as a designer, architect, artist, or member of a FabLab community, interested in experience with circular materials and be a part of this really nicely growing network, you're so welcome to apply until 3rd of July. And this was the last slide. Thank you so much for your attention.
Our second and last project presenting on today's session is LAUDS with their Replication Open Goal 2. This will be presented by Tiago Carvalho. He's a junior consultant at Innova Plus. But what's LAUDS about? So LAUDS Replication Open Goal supports sustainable urban manufacturing through digital tech and collaboration. It invites hybrid teams of artists, designers, and tech providers to co-create circular production experiments and prototype a new, let's say, city-scale manufacturing models. So, Tiago, over to you whenever you want. The stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula. So my name is Tiago Carvalho. I represent Innova, and we are the managing partners of the open calls in the LAUDS project. And for today, for this session, I will just walk you through the scope of the call, the opportunities that we are offering, the types of collaboration we are looking for, and how you can participate. So yeah, next slide, please. So what is the LAUDS Factories project? LAUDS stands for Local, Accessible, Urban, Digital and Sustainable, and is a 3 years research and innovation action funded by the European Union. It runs from January 2024 until December of 2026. We are now in the middle of the project, and it brings 15 partners from 10 European countries working in collaboration across academia, creative industries, SMEs, and also civil society. Our aim of this project is to prototype, to test, and to replicate decentralized manufacturing hubs, what we call the LAUDS factories. So yeah, next slide, please. So at the heart of our project, we have a transdisciplinary approach. So we start with the participatory design and also with co-creation, and we place designers and tech providers at the center of the process with a strong focus on community engagement, sustainability, and co-creation methods. So we are building an open and also decentralized manufacturing system. which includes, of course, new circular business models, empowering local production chains, and also encouraging the experimentation with open source tools and digital manufacturing. So next slide, please. Thank you. So we are now on the second open call, which is the replication. We have the first one with 5 projects ongoing, which are the exploration. And for both of these open calls, we are looking for our target groups are targeted at hybrid teams, which are composed by 2 complementary profiles. First, we are looking for established small, medium manufacturing enterprises or startups focused on open and decentralized urban manufacturing. They will bring the technical knowledge and industrial capability to the table. And then the other part of the hybrid team is the creatives, the artists, the designers, the architects, the ones with that offer the critical, the speculative, and the human-centered perspectives on the production. So next slide, please. Yeah, so as I told you, we are now with the second open call open. And now I will present you the open call. Next slide, please. So for this open call, it opened last month on the 2nd of June. It is open until the 4th of September. You must submit your application until 4th of September at 17 Brussels time. After this, the evaluation period will occur until the end of the month, from the 5th until the 30th of September, and we will inform you on the evaluation results on the 7th of October. Then, if your project is selected, we will invite you to the subgrant agreement signature on the 3rd of October, and then you will have from the 1st of November until the 31st of August of next year to implement your project. So next slide, please. Yeah, so basically a general information on this open call is that this open call is not just proposing a good idea. It's also about designing an experiment that can be also executed with the available budget, also evaluated and potential scaled. So the expected outcomes that we have for this open call, it's one challenge focused report describing the develop production process, which includes a blueprint of the proposal solution. One final report on the collaboration with the LAUDS factory, in this case, the host. Also, photos, videos, and social media content reporting the process. These will be at least 10 photos, 2 short videos, 3 key short stories for social media. This will be also with our communications partner, Subsi, and then communicate the process. Also, this will be together with our communication partners from Subsi, and then feedback on experiments impact through a short survey and interviews, and also participation in one LAUDS factory event promoted within the LAUDS the project LAUDS factories. So within the budget, you need to reserve some part of it to go on this on one of these events. So yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, so regarding the eligibility, as I told you, this must be a hybrid team, which must be composed by a minimum of 2 legal entities, and they must be one tech provider and 1 artist, designer, and a creative. Well, this at least. Of course, you can have more than 1 artist and 1 or more tech provider. So they also must be based in EU member states or as in Europe associated countries. You can see also this list on our website, or you just can Google it. Also, the applications must be submitted by the deadline of the call, which late applications will not be admitted. And they also must be submitted in English. This is also when we do the eligibility check after we got the proposals we are in the first one. We received some proposals not in English, and after the deadline, so this will not be admitted. And the duration of the experiments is limited to a minimum of 6 months and a maximum of 9 months. So next slide, please. So as the challenges, and now we turn to the catalog of challenges. You can have here the QR code, and we'll go through directly to the catalog of challenges that we have on our website. We have a total of 10 challenges divided by mobility, which we have 4 challenges, 3 in energy, and 3 in agriculture. And we will select at least 8 of these challenges, but I think this will be in the next slide. So next slide, please. Okay, no, it's not, but we will select at least 8 of these challenges. So how to apply? So the submissions will be done exclusively at the EU survey link. You can also find in our website. So so no emails or paper submissions will be admitted. So basically, the application on the application you need to apply online. Submit also the technical annex with the budget template. This is in our website. You can download, and also in the link there's a link to download it. And then, of course, accept the terms and conditions, and then submit the proposal before the deadline. So if you can change the next slide, please. So on how to apply, just going very briefly on how to do it. So this is exclusively on the EU survey link. So first of all, you need to select the challenge you are addressing. So there are 10 options, as I told you, across mobility, energy, and agriculture. And then the next step is to complete the proposal general information with the title, the acronym, the abstract. You are limited to a maximum of 200 characters. And in this one, we recommend to put some keywords on this, and also to state the duration, which is limited to a minimum of 6 months and a maximum of 9 months, and indicate where your LAUDS model, replication model, will be implemented. So you can choose in our partners. Then moving to the next slide, please. Yeah, I think there's more prints. Okay, well, but if you can go to the previous slide, I'm sorry. Yeah, so on the hybrid team, so as I told you, must include at least one tech provider and one creative entity, the artists, the designers, and then you should fill the legal contact and organization details for each member. So as I told you, this must be legal entities. And on the next slide, of course, the final checks where you review and confirm all the declarations and consents, which cover from originality of the proposal for eligibility, EU funding status, and also data sharing. So it's basically to agree that your project hasn't received EU funding elsewhere, and that your team is not under liquidation, and that you own or you have permission to use all of your materials. This is the range. So if you can go to the next slide. Yeah, so on the technical annex, basically, very briefly, this is where your proposal comes to life. So you must present your project in depth using the provided Word template that you can see also on the EU survey or on our website. You can download it. So we recommend you to not change the structure, the heads, or formatting. And this annex must have a maximum of 6 pages and plus one optional page for images or sketches. So in this also must be converted to PDF, with a maximum of 10 megabytes. And this annex must cover from the status of the project to the concept, to the activities, to the innovation and impact, and also a plan of exploitation and communication. So yeah, and also the team expertise. So if you can go to the next slide. Well, and lastly, you need to submit a budget template, which you will break down the costs into the personal, travel, equipment, services, and also subcontracting if needed. The indirect costs are calculated as 25% of total costs. And in the second table, should identify the request contribution from LAUDS, and also if there are any own or third-party contributions, if this is applicable. And as I told you before, one thing to retain here is that in the travel and accommodation section, you will need to include at least one mandatory in-person event. You should reserve a part of the budget to this event, which is a final public event or a conference where the selected teams will present their outcomes. So if you can go, yeah, thank you. So once submitted, with each eligible proposal will be evaluated by 3 independent experts. 2 are external to the consortium and 1 is from the consortium. So so if any of you are attending the webinar and want to be part of also of the evaluators evaluation process of the LAUDS project, just drop us an email. So the evaluation will be remote, and the reviewers will assess the proposal individually, and before they go to concession meetings to agree on the final scores. So their feedback will be form the basis of the selection and also provide the learning points for all applicants, whether it's successful or not. So either you are selected or not, we will provide you with an evaluation summary report giving you feedback on the proposal. So if you can also go to the next. Yeah, so on the evaluation process, so basically, as I told you, the final score is the average between the 3 expert evaluation. There's a threshold of 3 for each criterion, which in the 12 of overall. So proposals that score less than 3 in any criteria or less than 12 overall will be automatically rejected. So our evaluation criteria are 4, being the first one, technical approach and art tech congruency. This will be do it times 1.5, and then the second one is innovation potential and impact. The third one, technical capabilities, and the fourth one, cost benefits. There's also the summary of the ranking rules, which you can see it. I don't think I have the time to explain it. And the score will be from 0 to 5. So if you can go to the next. So yeah, as told you before, after we have all the evaluations from all the projects, we go to a consensus meeting between all the evaluators, and we select the best proposal based on the rules presented before. If there are any ties, the rules will apply. So after this, we have the evaluation report. As I told you, we will send you with the feedback, and these decisions are based on consensus, or if not possible, by majority of votes of 2/3. And the selected projects will be contacted, and we will also have a reserve list if any of the selected projects will drop or do not want. So yeah, next slide. Yeah, if you have any further questions, you can also send us by email. We'll be happy to answer them. And you have the QR codes to our website. You can find all of this information. And we also encourage you to follow us on social media. We have LinkedIn, Instagram, and where we regularly post some updates, stories, and opportunities. And also we have information on the previous projects where you can see what you can expect. So yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'll be happy to answer your questions.
So thank you very much. Both Thiago and Tamara, thank you for your time and amazing projects, and for, well, giving us the opportunity to feature these amazing open calls on urban innovation. Also, thank you, everyone, for joining this 23rd edition and trusting us once again. We hope that this session has sparked fresh ideas and offered clarity and also motivation to you. We highly encourage you to apply. Keep in mind that YouRban is closing next week. So yeah, and also follow social medias. Before you go, please make sure to subscribe as well to our newsletter and social media so that you have upcoming new open calls. Follow us on social media as well. And well, let's build a new world, new cities that are not only smarter and greener, but also more inclusive, creative and collaborative.